you have a higher tendency of feeling bloated, feeling heavier, and adding more weight when you are on night shifts. And here is the reason why this happens. And also in this video, I'll be telling you how to go about it so that these things don't happen to you when you're on night shift, those set of periods when you're on night shift. Okay, so now why do you add weight when you're on night shift? Why do you feel heavier? Why do you feel bloated? You have every tendencies of eating the normal way you used to eat when you're off duty, when you're on day shift. You might be eating 2 meals a day. So you eat first meal around 12 p.m., second meal by 6 p.m., and then maybe some snacks in between. And then on night shift, you still do the same thing. And despite eating not breakfast, lunch and dinner, you still end up eating in the middle of the night because you're on night shift. Your psychology, mentally, you feel like, I'm at work. If I don't eat, I'll not be able to survive. I'll feel tired, I'll feel hungry, and all those things. So now, from eating 2 meals a day, you have now eaten 3 times for that day because you're on night shift. The problem is not possibly that one that you ate by 1 a.m. because that food you ate by 1 a.m. when you're at work is possibly more digested, absorbed, and broken down compared to the one you ate by 12, because you possibly ate by 12 and went back straight to sleep. Okay, so now how do you tackle these issues? What do you do during your night shift to make this better? You have to re-strategize. You're not going to do anything during the day. You'll be sleeping during the day because you've gone for night shift. So what are you going to do? You're not going to eat your breakfast by 12 anymore. What you're going to do now is, remember, you're going to eat by 1. Now, this is one option. You're going to be eating by 1 a.m. in the middle of the night, which is 1 meal. That can serve as your breakfast. You eat that food by 1 a.m. You're going to be walking around during your shift. You're going to be burning, that food is going to get digested. You'll be burning calories. A lot of things are going to be done by that 1 a.m. So you're good and fine. You eat that food by 1. Then your next food can still be by 6 p.m. because that 6 p.m. is when you've started going around your daily activities, preparing for work and all those things. So even after eating food, that food is still going to be digested, absorbed, calories will be getting burned. Okay, do you understand? So now, that is one way of doing it. So you have to do away with that 12 p.m. food if you feel like you're hungry or whatever by that 12, which would possibly not happen because when you come back in the morning, you should be sleeping, right? And remember, when you eat and immediately after eating you go to bed, which is mostly what happens when we are on night shift. During the day, immediately after eating your breakfast, you've climbed your bed, you've gone to sleep. You have not given your body that time to digest that food and absorb that food. Before you know it's indigestion, before you know it, you're feeling bloated, you're feeling heavier. Okay, so your meals now, you have to now re-strategize. Let it be between the periods where you know that after eating you're not going to sleep immediately. You have to do some chores at home, you have to do 1 or 2 things so that at least that food will have gotten the time to get broken down in your system. Some calories will be burnt before you finally lay down on your bed to sleep. Now, another way to go about this, remember, when you're on night shift, your activity levels during the day have drastically reduced. Some of us, depending on how the shift is, we might feel too tired to do our 10k steps in a day. So our activity level during this period tends to reduce, it tends to go down. And how do you fix that? Instead of taking taxi or taking bus or driving yourself to work, you can walk to work. Your work is about 30 minutes walk, you can do it. It's about 1 hour walk, you can do it. You just have to wake up earlier than normal to prepare for work and start going to work. Take that walk to work, cover those steps to help you stay active. Now, depending on how busy your shift is, when you're now coming back from work again, like you're coming back home, you can still take that walk back home. If the shift was a very tiring one, you can now decide a means of transportation, maybe a bus or a taxi. But I would still advise to take that walk back home, because when you get home, you'll still be too tired to take your normal walks. So that walk to and from work that you're taking, those daily walks that you're taking, that strolling will help you to stay more active during your night shift. So even in as much as you're still eating the same thing, you end up burning more calories. So try these two things I've just mentioned. Re-strategize your eating. Eating by 1 a.m. is not the problem when you're on night shift, because by eating by that 1 a.m., that food has higher tendencies of being digested because you're burning more calories. The problem is the ones you eat during the day. After eating, you go straight to bed because you have to sleep and rest because you did not sleep the previous night and you are possibly going again this night. So the problem is not the food you ate by 1 a.m. The problem is the food you ate during the day, because after eating them you went straight to bed. Okay, which is why we say normal you eat 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. before going to bed, so that that food would have had time to get broken down before you finally sleep. Apply that principle where you're on night shift. And the second thing, do not let your activity levels get decreased. Don't decrease it in any way. If you're not able to wake up from your sleep midday and go for your 1 hour walk, good and fine. What you have to do is just walk to work, walk back from work. Before you know it, you've covered your 10k steps. Try this and let's know if it's going to work. And please tell me on the comment section if this happens to you in your night shift. Do you feel bloated? Do you add weight when you're on night duty? If you have not followed me, I don't know what you're waiting for. Click on the follow button.